UnityZan here.
UnityZan here. UnityZan here. UnityZan. Look at the camera.
UnityZan here. Are you ready? In my last video, I mentioned that I was outed for being gay, or being suggested I was gay, because I wasn't out yet. In this video, I'll be telling you my story of when I got bullied or being outed in middle school. And at the end of the video, I'll also be giving advice if you are being bullied and how to solve it and how to cope with it. I'm always here to help. I'm UnityZan, where Unity stands. If you haven't yet, I would watch my last video, my coming out story, because it would give context to my bullying story in middle school. In 8th grade, I was about 14, and I had gay thoughts. I would push them down and hide them from myself, telling me that it was just a phase. I would tell all my classmates and friends that I liked girls. And I even made myself dance with a girl at the school dance to prove everyone that I was straight. Anyway, when the spring of 8th grade came along, this is where we started to plan for the DC trip. This is where all the 8th grade students in my school district get a chance to go to Washington, D.C. for a few days and tour, walk around, and visit all the little museums and monuments. I was mortified to go on this trip because you had to share a hotel room with another person. And since I'm a male, I had to room with another male. And I'm not friends with any guys, so this was very hard for me because all my friends are girls and I can't room with them because you had to room with a person of the same sex. As the deadline approached for the trip, I always avoided eye contact with my teachers to hide the fact that I did not have my roommate submission form submitted yet. And as we got closer to the deadline, one of my English teachers, they confronted me and told me I had to have a roommate and these are your choices. I had a choice between 3 people. 1 is a druggy boy. 2 is what would be classified as the weird kid. And the 3rd choice was a gay guy. Being myself, I chose the gay guy. I chose him because probably of 2 reasons. 1 was we shared a similar friend group, so we would be spending time with each other anyway. And 2, he was one of my only choices. 3, probably because I was secretly gay too, so. Everything was perfect during the trip. I toured with my friends, everything was good, nothing bad happened, it was perfect. On the bus ride home, the atmosphere was different. There were these one group of boys that were looking at me, wrinkling their nose, whispering, and whenever I looked at them, they would just avoid eye contact. And then, when I looked away, they'll look back and start whispering again. Weeks after the trip, the boys continued their little extravaganza. Things started to escalate quickly. In today's day and age, this is what we would call bullying. The boys started to call me names like homo, twink, and fag. And that really hurt. You don't really know how much it hurts at the moment, but today, I don't really care anymore, but back then, I would cry when I get home. Pure signs of bullying. I don't even understand why they were calling me these gay slang. I didn't even look the part. I told them I liked girls, and I even danced with a girl at the 8th grade formal. But I still didn't understand. I'd never even been with a gay guy before. But I have. At the Washington, D.C. trip, I roomed with a gay guy. There it was. It hit me. Just like that. That's the reason they were calling me this gay slang. That's the reason they were calling me fag. That's the reason they were calling me twink. That's the reason they were calling me homo. And that is the... Uh-oh.
Let's try again. Where was I?
After a few weeks, these group of bully boys stopped. Their name calling started to dissipate. Nothing. There was no major events anymore. It all just magically went away. And except for one, and we're going to call him Chris. Now this next part is true events, and I had a friend confirm it. I walked by their lockers and Chris muttered under his breath, "Faggot." And I turned around and said, "What was that?" He said, "Faggot." Let me get a microphone for this. Highlighter. Are you gay? Because you've been asking me a lot. I don't care if you are, but I wouldn't be into you anyway, even if I was gay. Now, don't you worry, because bullies like you don't get very far in life. They get into trouble. Now, be prepared to have a talk with the principal, and I'll see you there. His face was bright red. His friends were all their mouths were wide open because they just witnessed a guy dressing a basic down. Later that day, during my lunch period, I marched to the principal's office and without an appointment and told him everything. He put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Zan, don't you worry, because Chris and all his buddies will never be doing that again." Now I'll be giving advice for if you or a friend or anybody you know is being bullied or harassed because of their sexual or gender identity. Being harassed about who you are isn't your fault. Don't change yourself because someone tells you to. Remember, you have the power over the bully. You are the queen over, the peasant or the common man. Remind your bully of the power you have by telling a teacher, a friend, and a trusted adult, or even the principal. Whatever you do not threaten the bully. What I did was very dangerous. I could have ended with a bloody nose and a black eye if I wasn't very careful. Luckily I didn't, and I don't advise you to confront the bully like I did. And what you should do is tell a friend who will understand, and a trusted adult like a teacher, a parent, an older sibling, a neighbor, or the principal. If you aren't that adventurous, you could ignore the bully, you could talk to them, you could walk away, but those can only help for so long. Just seek help. Nothing will go wrong, no one will judge you, and it'll be perfectly okay. Remember, I'm UnityZan, where Unity stands.